Hello, hello, and we're live. Welcome, folks, to the Blockchain Game Alliance. My name is your host. I'm the BGA host for you today, and we've got some new exciting stuff for you here today. Very excited. We've got Tashi Network. They've joined the BGA for a couple of months now, as far as I remember, but I think this is their first time to actually showcase their product. We also have Invincible GG, and of course, we're gonna have RoRo Birds as well. Unfortunately, Eternis Tech Match won't be here today since there has been some problems. So that's very unfortunate. I love Eternis Tech Match. Shout out to you if you are watching. But anyway, welcome to the Blockchain Game Alliance Demo Day, where crypto projects are booming faster than you can say blockchain. So welcome everyone. Welcome Ken. Welcome Andrew. How are we doing today?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing amazing. Glad to be here.
Awesome. All right, let me just put in some background music so it isn't that boring. Let me know if it's a bit too loud. So yeah, starting off, we've got some new projects for you today, and also at the same time, it's a fun way to earn some prizes as well while practicing in the demo. So since most of the partners, or we won't be following a strict schedule right now, since most of the folks won't be able to attend, we're gonna start off with Invincible GG, Andrew Clare. So welcome to the BGA Demo Day. How are you doing today? Can you tell us a bit more about yourself and of course about Invincible GG and Owners Club? I've heard about the project, but I'm not quite clear. Maybe you could shed some light into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for having us here today. I'm Andrew Kerr. I work with Invincible GG, and we're going to be showing off our game today, Owners Club. I work in community and marketing over at Owners Club. Yeah, so if you want me to dive right on in, I'm more than willing, boss.
Absolutely. Show us the projects, show us Honor Club, and show us the power of the Invincible GG.
Absolutely. So before I get into the game demo, I just want to talk a little bit about Owners Club and Invincible GG. So Owners Club is a revolutionary mobile game that allows you to take your gaming IQ and your sports IQ and put it to the absolute test and allow you to thrive based upon your decisions and your building of your horse. So our game focuses on allowing players not to gamble, not to use pay-to-win mechanics, but to thrive based upon their decisions, and it's more of a play-to-win type atmosphere. Players take and develop horses. I like to call it from zero to hero. They build their horse up using our directive AI technology, where your decisions matter importantly to how the horse is going to run. You dictate its attributes, its skills, and then you set the tactic, and then the horse will perform accordingly. What's actually really interesting about our game is that there's no RNG software or anything like that. We actually have proprietary technology that we've patented that allows our game to disseminate and make the results in real time. So prior to the race starting, even during the middle of the race, we have no idea what the results are going to be. And this beauty has allowed us to be able to license our technology. And we are currently approved by the Nevada Gaming Control Board to disseminate our races for live wagering in casinos. People wanted to wager upon the races. I just wanted to speak to that about the way that the regulators and the authorities that are overseeing look upon our game. I'm trying to stream share right now. I don't see where I live stream. Let me see this. How do I screen share?
You can click the monitor icon with the plus sign on it.
I'm on my phone. I don't see it here like normal.
Are you on on StreamYard?
Yes. It's very weird.
It might just be a desktop thing on StreamYard.
That's so weird.
Oh, Oof. All right. So we seem to have some bit of technical difficulties. We'll just wait for a few minutes. So with that being said, welcome. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but Sartak, welcome to the demo day. While waiting for Andrew. Oh, here he is again. Hey, Andrew. How's it going?
Hey, okay. Sorry, guys. I apologize there. All fixed, and we'll be streaming right now.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it.
My apologies, guys. Sometimes you get these technical difficulties. You live and die by the technology.
Totally understandable. And just a heads up, Sartak, one of our members couldn't make it to the actual stream, so Andrew went in first. So after Andrew, you're gonna be up next and presenting RoRo Birds. Anyway, with that being said, I just have a question for you, Andrew. The game is actually very similar because I've played some racing games before, horse racing games, and I'm actually quite excited to see it. Does it have? Do you need to purchase some sort of NFTs like to play the game or something, or is it completely?
The game is free to play. There is NFTs that are incorporated into the game. We call them our Invincible horses. I'm having a really tough time streaming. I have no idea why. I've done this numerous times, and it's just not working today.
I think it's the same on mobile. Maybe you can try and click on the plus icon on the browser. I think it has to be in the browser, if I'm not mistaken.
That's no. I'm clicking screen share.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's doing this. I don't want to hold this up. Why don't we switch to someone else? I'll figure out this technical issue, and I'll take on after because there is a time concern, but we have a little bit more time if that works with you.
No worries. We're super flexible. So, yeah, okay, gotcha. Understood. No problem at all. While we fix that, we can move on to another presenter. So, Sartak, are you comfortable with moving forward, or should we wait for someone else? Sorry, you might be muted. All right, we seem to have some technical difficulties again. We can't hear you. All right, we'll wait. We'll wait. All right, folks, this has been a crazy stream today. This has never happened before during the BGA. So yeah, we'll just have some icebreakers. So for you folks watching right now, there is a time and place for everything. We're also gonna have some prizes for you here today. So while waiting for the other folks, Ken, would you like to take over for a while waiting for them?
Yeah. Can you pin my video? Because
Yes.
my video is how I'm going to share instead of sharing my desktop.
Awesome. Okay.
If you go full screen on my video, then I can share all of my stuff.
Is the video on Telegram or?
Oh, no, just my picture right now. This video right here, make this full screen. Make me
I
the
can't
sole.
do it, actually.
Oh, no.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry. That makes sense. Let me try something. Let's see. Oh no, that's not it. I don't think we can, except if I remove my face or something. Can you try and share your screen?
I can share. This is going to get interesting, though. Everybody's got a different way that they're doing their sharing. But here, let me see here. Let's see if we can do. You know what? Let me start with a video file and see if this works.
Is everyone's audio working now?
Can you hear me?
Andrew, yes, we can hear you. Sartak, no, we still can't hear you. There seems to be a problem with your microphone or headset. And we got some folks watching here today, so shout out to Andre. So it's Andre Haldor from RoRo Birds Discord community. Shout out to you. You've also got Sir Sylvester Michael watching, Blaze as well, and of course Mercy. So welcome to the stream. While waiting for the folks to get set up, Ken, are you ready? Can you show us share your screen? I think I saw some sort of like an overlay. I think you switched onto it.
Well, so that's what I was saying is like I have it here where I can just change my own picture, but it has to be. You probably have to like hide everybody else to show mine.
Let me try that real quick. Can you try and share the screen through the through through StreamYard, or is it not possible?
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Let me try something else.
We're getting there. Can you make that any bigger? I know you can edit the size of it. Okay. I can share what we've got right here, and then I can try to share through StreamYard. I think just the video formats are incompatible. I got MKV video, not MP4. So, but real quickly, I just wanted to do a real quick recap on what Tashi does. We actually do gaming infrastructure, not just gaming infrastructure, but any kind of like multiplayer or multi-party networking, small party networking. So, oh, there we go. Heck yeah, man, you got it. This is perfect. So in multiplayer, it's probably one of the more easily explained ways that we do this. You can think of there being multiplayers in a game. This is the boss room demo from Unity, running in Unity. So I'm just going to show a quick little video of multiple players. This is 2 players playing a game, and there are no servers involved, right? So that's the big thing. Right now, when you build a multiplayer game, there has to be either a host in the game or there has to be servers involved. In this scenario, what you'll see is 2 players, and you can see their game synchronizing in real time. So this is 2 players playing the boss room demo together with no servers. They're reaching consensus between each other. So effectively, you can think of this as both parties are running the servers in the background, and then the servers are synchronizing between each other automatically. So that's what we've built. We've built a way to play multiplayer video games with no servers. And we're using our own consensus protocol that we built from scratch to do that. Now, that being said, you have multiple players playing a game. They're all connected on their own little private little network, but there's a little bit of a problem there. What happens if the players can't see each other on the internet? We live behind firewalls and NATs and other things that keep us from talking to each other. And so we needed to build a DPIN. And so that was the next step, is we went ahead and we built a DPIN that provides services. You can think of this as moving the cloud to the edge that allows you to initialize and play these games. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit. We call these player sessions player meshes, and a player mesh is a game instance of what we call meshnet architecture. Meshnet architecture basically means when you have a workload you have to do with somebody else, you guys do it directly together. There's no intermediary. There's no there's no public blockchain. There's no central servers. It's just these peers talking to each other to do a job. In gaming, that job is playing the game. In robotics, that might be a swarm of robots coordinating together. In AI, that might be a multi-master vector database for sharing the memory of AI inference. But in gaming, we call this a player mesh, meaning that you've got multiple players playing together and they're reaching consensus between each other and calculating the game state. And that's that demo that we just saw. I'm just going to rewind this and show this. This is a video that we did early on. But these 2 players are playing this game together, and there are no servers involved, like I said. So this is just 2 screens on one computer. They're playing together, no servers involved. They're reaching consensus about the state of the game and continuing to play. Now, we've been working on this for a long time, right? We've gone out, done product market fit. We're working with a lot of big game studios. We have some OGs in the game space that are working with us on building this technology. And if you're familiar with, say, the EU petition that's out right now, that's basically saying, stop killing my games. One of the challenges of stop killing my games is who's going to pay for the infrastructure. And what we've done is we basically said, the players pay for the infrastructure by playing the game. You don't need to have any third-party infrastructure. You don't need to have a centralized server somewhere. And for even those services that you do need to reach outside of this player mesh to use, for example, matchmaking or lobby services or relay. So if you're behind a firewall, you need a relay to relay your traffic to the rest of the players in your game. All of those are moved into the DPIN. So as long as somebody is paying for the DPIN, the game lives forever. And so this is the cool thing. This is like revolutionary. We're basically providing an infrastructure model where games can live forever. Multiplayer games in particular, but games can live forever. And the handoff from the game developer to the player base is trivial. Okay, so we've been working on all of this for a long time, but what we've recently done is we've recently launched our alpha DPIN nodes. So I'm going to show real quick. This is what our what we call our command center. This is our DPIN command center. So if you go to dpin.tashi.network, you can actually stand up an alpha node and participate in our network. Now we're in the alpha phase. This is an unincentivized alpha phase. We know that there are going to be bugs. Right now, it only works with a Linux installation. So either you're on a Linux machine or you're on Windows with WSL, the Windows systems for Linux. If you got WSL on Windows, you're fine. We're debugging some stuff for Mac. So in the next few days, we'll have the Mac, running just fine for this. And underneath it all is really just Docker. So if you're like really tech savvy and you want to use Docker on Mac or whatever services you have, whatever OS you have, you can run one of these nodes. But this is part of the DPIN. You can see right now we've got almost 12,000 nodes running in our AlphaNet already, and we haven't really even announced it. So this thing's starting to already take off. These nodes in particular are designed to support multiplayer gaming at this point. So we're deploying services to these nodes: relay, matchmaking, lobby, and telemetry. We're deploying those so that we can actually support peer-to-peer, these player meshes we're talking about, these peer-to-peer gaming sessions, with like the lowest latency and the best service of cloud infrastructure through the DPIN. Now, like I said, that we're currently in our unincentivized AlphaNet. We are going to be moving into our incentivized testnet, which I call kind of like our beta net. Our beta net is the incentivized testnet. So right now it's just a time to kind of like start playing with it, start earning experience points. As you earn experience points, that'll actually buy you a position in maybe potential airdrop alpha. When we do get to the incentivized testnet on the beta net. So getting involved now does have its value. The biggest value for us though is the feedback. So if you are going to come and join us in hosting a node, then join our Discord, give us feedback, help us make this resilient and functional and rewarding for everybody who participates. That's really the goal right now. So now I'm going to show you just real quickly, because I think we're about ready to jump off the next one. I'm just going to show you real quickly how simple it is to install. I created this video late last week. You do want to have some balance on Solana. I think you need just 0.1 Sol on Solana. So here's a video of me with my Phantom wallet with 10 Sol. You do need to have Docker engine installed, and Linux is really the best place for it to work. So I'm showing a Linux installation here. This is showing that Docker is installed in this Linux installation and that there are no images currently running on Docker. So we know that I've got at least 0.1 Sol. I've got my Docker installation installed. You go into our command center, dpin.tashi.network. You connect your wallet. In this case, we're going to connect my Phantom wallet. And then this is the screen you're going to get. So you hit get tokens. So these are the Tashi tokens. These are testnet Tashi tokens, by the way. They're not the real ones, but there will be a place to get real ones when it's time. And then you simply copy the URL right here and watch this. Go back in the command line, paste it. It's as simple as that. It's just copy and paste, and it's going to ask you a few questions. Automatic updates. Sure, let's do automatic updates. And then it's going to say, you ready to install? We're going to go yes. And then it's going to go do all of its Docker stuff. It's going to pull all of the stuff down from the internet, install it all on your machine. And then it's going to say, okay, here's this unique link to you. This little unique down at the bottom, link at the bottom. When you click that link, it's going to take you back to the website where you can actually bond your node. This is something that's unique. We're not selling node licenses. I know a lot of DPINs out there sell node licenses. We're not. We're saying take the node, run it, and you're going to, in the future, you're going to stake Tashi, and you're going to bond using this copy-paste model. So you're going to copy the license after you've signed that transaction, go back into your CLI, paste it in, and when you hit enter, it'll activate your node. Your node will start talking to the network. And you can see that, right? The part that I'm going to highlight right now, it shows the operator address, who's the person signing it, and the node address. Your node itself will have a unique address. So now this thing is registered and running on the internet. So now you can see that the image is running in Docker. But more importantly, when we go back to here, I'm going to go forward a little bit. Yeah, you can see that it's communicating with the orchestrator right now. More importantly, when we go back to the dashboard, you'll see that you have one node active. So this is where you're going to keep track of all of your nodes and maintain it. It does require you to have a little bit of expertise in the command line interface on Linux, but super simple. It's quite literally copy paste 3 times, right? You copy paste the URL to start the installation process. You copy and paste the URL to bond your node, and then you copy and paste the URL or the token, the authorization token from the web back into your CLI to activate the node. So again, our model is not selling a license. Our model is you download the software, install it for free, and as long as you have Tashi in that wallet, you can stake that Tashi to bond that node. And then by bonding, you activate the node in the network. So the point here is, instead of us trying to, sell to do a token launch and a license sale at the same time, which can distract people from, which part of it do I participate in? Do I participate in the node sale or in the token sale? We were just like, let's just focus all in on the token sale. Let's give away the node licenses. As long as you've got tokens that you can bond with, you're good to go. Because ultimately, that's the important thing, is we got to make it super simple for people to install these nodes. And it's going to get even more simple. We partnered with a number of these node as a service operators, where you'll be able to activate your node with one click. And in the next few months, we'll also be having a desktop installer that works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So if you prefer to install on your desktop, you can. If you prefer to install on a virtual server, say in the cloud infrastructure, or in a data center, you can use the Linux installation today. So anyway, so this is everything that we've got going on now. This is kind of our alpha, if you will. I wanted to demonstrate both the game working with the player mesh technology, but also now, more importantly, the alpha of the node launch happening very soon. And you can even participate in the alpha node process today and start helping us harden up that deepen infrastructure. So anyway, that's everything I got there. We can go ahead and go back to the regular view. I know everybody bore with me as we went to that full screen view.
I think it works. So thank you so much, Ken. It's very interesting. I just have a few questions regarding about the token. Tashi, yes. How much or how many tokens do you allow per single person, or when is the sale actually? And also at the same time, how much tokens does one node actually produce?
Yeah. Okay. This is an excellent question, because it's really what differentiates us on the tokenomics from everybody else too. But let's start with the first question, which is, when is the token sale? I'm not going to give the specific date, because we've got some big announcements coming really soon. But I will say by the end of the year is the plan for the token sale. And I'll say sooner than later, but I'm not going to give any specific dates, because we're going through the final steps in DD with some pretty big exchanges. So we're going to make those announcements soon. And that'll be pretty exciting. As far as there's kind of two things I want to mention. First is, what does it take to run a node? And right now we're setting it at about $10 worth of Tashi is what it takes to run a node. You earn reputation by running the node, and your stake plus your reputation determines how likely you are to get selected for a job. So there's a calculation that says the more stake you stake to your node, the more likely you are to be selected to get a job and earn money. So if your machine malfunctions or fails to complete jobs or becomes malicious for some reason, the first thing we do is we suck up your reputation. We say we're going to eat up your reputation until you go to negative. When you go to negative, now we start slashing against the stake progressively. So we start with a little bit of slashing, because maybe this was just an accident and it just happened overnight and you didn't recognize it. But if it goes on for too long, we're going to slash more and more stake. That stake that gets slashed does not get burned. I know a lot of people like burning mechanisms. But what we actually do is we take that stake and we reallocate it into the reward pool. So now we're rewarding it back out to other nodes that are doing a good job and picking up the slack. So in that case, you're actually earning more Tashi. Our goal, there's a few levers you can pull to affect the value of your token. One of them is you can decrease circulating supply, which you can do through staking or burning. Or you can increase velocity or increase activity, transaction activity, which is exactly what we're doing. We're basically saying, when we slash you, we're actually pushing that back into another node, which is creating the activity. So now we've got more people getting rewarded. Okay, now the final question you asked, which was, how much reward can I get out of running a node? and this is probably the most unique thing that we're doing, is we're not using Tashi directly to reward our participants. We have revenue coming in the top. We have game developers who went to our developer dashboard, put in a credit card, got an API key, put that API key into the SDK, and it just works for them, right? We're trying to integrate with Unity and Unreal developers. We're not talking to people who know anything about blockchain. We're trying to keep blockchain and crypto out of the equation for the game developers. So what that means is we now have a reward point system. 70% of those reward points goes to the DPIN node participants. So if you are supporting a game, if your node is being selected frequently to support, we'll say, multiple games in their ability to develop these player meshes and play live, you can take that revenue, whatever that revenue is, and 70% of that is going to get divided amongst the node operators based off their participation. If we want to talk about real hard numbers, gaming infrastructure is a $45 billion space. We think we can cut that in half. Let's say 20 billion, right? So we cut it down to $20 billion. If we get a 1% market penetration, we're a $200 million ARR company. 70% of that is going right down into the game developer. So $140 million of real US dollars, of real money coming down into the game developers or into the node operator space. So that's what the node operators are getting paid. Now, node operators have reward points. They can do things with the reward points. They can use those reward points as credits in the infrastructure, in the DPIN itself. So if you are a game developer who has a bunch of players who are willing to be DPIN nodes for you, you now have a revenue stream that's offsetting your infrastructure costs. Or if you're just somebody who likes to aggregate nodes and you support other people deploying nodes on their devices and you guys are sharing in that revenue, you can do that as well. And you can use that infrastructure for whatever you want. But you can also cash out. You can cash out the USD. So it becomes almost like a settlement token. So if you cash out to USD, USDC, then we're fine because it's already backed by USD and USDC because that's how we calculated it when it came into the system. You can also eventually swap for Tashi and reapply that Tashi to your staking. If you do that, we actually give you, we'll call it a cashback. You know, a percentage of that is going to come back into your reward point system. So the idea is we're incentivizing people to increase their Tashi staking with more reward points. The reason why we separated those two things is the Tashi token can be speculative. Its purpose is to prevent Sybil attacks and also to incentivize good behavior on the network. So that's the point of the Tashi token. And you can see that there's real value in that. And then we have a reward point system, which is more focused on compliance. And I've worked really closely with regulators in California, which is one of the hardest regulatory environments to work in. We don't have an opinion letter from them yet, but we're putting together a proposal of this architecture, this structure that potentially could protect DPINs from any type of regulatory action that might be detrimental when we're talking about tokens. But in this way, people still have an exit path to the token if they want to go buy the token. But we're also creating a buy pressure on the token because the more you stake, the more you earn in reward points. So you want to buy more Tashi, stake more, and then keep that pressure going so you're earning more and more and more. Now, what are those numbers? That's a great question. Like, what can an individual expect to earn? Initially, we're going to subsidize some of that with our treasury. So we'll be announcing some of those treasury subsidies just to kind of bootstrap the network. But there is a taper off period where over time, we expect that to be replaced by the actual market income, the market revenue. And that's how we're going to make sure that we incentivize everybody. But it's a huge market. If we're talking $140 billion coming in the top end, that's a 1% market penetration after we've saved the entire gaming industry a bunch of money. $140 million being distributed amongst a bunch of node operators, that actually can be pretty healthy income annually. So, and you got to think, it's resources you're not using today. It's latent resources. It's electricity and internet. So really lightweight. You can install it on almost any computer. And there's some fun stuff we're going to do with it later on. So anyway, I'm going to stop there.
Super beautiful, Ken. I love it. Actually, I've been handling nodes myself on another gaming project. So it's super interesting to find another one as well. We will be keen on when the actual node sale launches. So we'll keep an eye on that one. So with that being said, thank you so much, Tashi Network, for showing us today your nodes. And it's also a great feature where you don't have, the games aren't actually on the server. They're also contributing. So very cool stuff. And now for the 72 live viewers right now watching us, it's time for the prizes. And for today, we have a 1,000 XP for the Tashi Rewards program. Okay, so quick question. I'll flash it on the screen, and if no one answers it within the given time, we're gonna have to raffle it out on our social media. So the question is, how much do gaming plus IoT plus AI plus robotics companies spend annually on centralized servers? We've had these similar questions before. So whoever can answer can get 1,000 word of 1,000 XP for the Tashi Rewards program. Okay. Do we have any takers? Do we have any takers? Going once.
I will
Yes.
say, if somebody can say it just for gaming, which I said just a few minutes ago, so if anybody remembers what that is, I'll take that too.
Yes, for the 72 viewers right now watching us live. Nope, unfortunately, we have an answer. 120 million. Is this correct? Yes or no?
Well, I assume you have the answer because that would have been from George that gave you that answer. I know the gaming spend for sure. Did George
All
give
right.
you the answer?
Let's see. No, I think it's just this one. Is 120 million correct? We have this comment from Sylvester Michael. No others, so it's not correct. All right, so we're gonna have to move on, folks. We're gonna have to raffle out the 1,000 XP Tashi. Unfortunately, the presenters cannot join the the answer. That would be unfair for them. So, anyways, thank you so much, Ken. If you folks want to check out Tashi right now, I suggest go check out their socials and keep an eye out on the node sale. Very interesting, and I think I'm gonna participate in myself. $10 for one node. I think that's super dirt cheap in my opinion. Did I get it correctly? It's $10 per node. Yes.
Yeah, it's $10 staking. And here's the cool thing. And this is what we're building out right now. If I have $100 worth of Tashi in that staked from my account, I can run 10 nodes. Or I can put $100 worth of Tashi on one node. So the question is do I want this one node to be very profitable, or do I want to hedge and have 10 nodes operating? So there's a whole game theory thing that goes on too. So yeah, but it's $10 staked. So that means it's not our money. We're not taking your money unless you do bad things, and we'll take it. But if you're a good node operator, it's just staked and you can unstake it anytime.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But in my opinion, the more nodes, the better. There's even a meme in the community. Send me more nodes, if that makes sense. But anyway, thank you so much. If you folks want to check out Tashi, be sure to check out Tashi.network. Here we go. All right. So on to the next one. So while waiting, I know Andrew has experiencing some difficulties. We're working through that right now. Next up, we have our team from RoRo Birds. We have Startap, Bakshi. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Apologies. Did you have your mic fixed? Can you speak now? No, unfortunately, we cannot, but we can make the words out of your mouth. Yeah, maybe you can try the microphone settings or something. We can wait for a while we're setting up some other stuff here. So super excited to have also, folks. RoRo Birds is gonna be. I don't know if you can flash the banner here. Let me try, but let me just pull up the announcement here real quick. I don't know if if this works, so it's gonna be interesting. Okay, I have the banner downloaded. Okay, he's gonna join again. This is a very interesting stream. This has never happened before. One person isn't able to attend, and the other one, and on top of we're also reaching 100 viewers right now. This has never happened before. Normally, our peak is like around 40 to 50 people, but we're going above 70 already. So shout out to you people right there. Just wait, we've got some new exciting prizes for you here today. So we'll just
LFG. Let's get this community growing. Heck yeah.
This is what I love about Web3. You can never you always have to expect for the worst and just make the best out of it.
This is all technology. Everybody's so used to this, so totally fine. This is exactly what happens. I'm actually stoked. I I know the Invincible guys, and so I'm actually keen to have some discussions about Tashi with them.
I can flash it. Okay,
There we go.
but I can't move it unfortunately.
Oh, they're gonna be at Gamescom.
Yes. Hey,
Are-
hey, Andrew. Did you get your streaming fix, or is it still okay.
I have swapped to 3 different phones, an iPhone, 2 different Androids. I've tried everything. I don't know. I don't know why it won't do this.
Let me try. I've downloaded a screen share application on my phone. I'll try and stream it for you. Hopefully, it'll work. So it just finished downloading. Just give me a second here. Let me
I'm really
add-
sorry. I've done like a couple of these StreamYards and I've never had this issue before. I really don't know what to say.
No worries, it happens. That's okay. Hey, Sartak, have you fixed your mic yet?
I believe I have. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Finally.
finally. Yes.
We made it. We made it.
So, just a quick announcement, folks. RoRo Birds is flying to Gamescom 2025 with the BGA. So, shout out to RoRo Birds. I'm gonna make an announcement about that in a sec, maybe in the following week. But do catch them in Cologne and explore the future of game. So, RoRo Birds actually has been through the new members presentation, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's a collab, but PvP. So, let's wait for that. But I'm just gonna let Sartak take over. So welcome Sartak to the demo day. Really our apologies for the inconveniences today, technical difficulties as well. But we're so happy to have you here at the BGA. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself, RoRo Birds in general, and of course the development, of course, as well with RoRo Birds?
Of course. I'm glad to be here, and thanks Ken for holding the fort until we were finding out the technical glitches. No, all right. So I'll just give you a quick, heads up of the RoRo Birds, and then dive into the game demo aspect of things. So I've been in the space since 2016, primarily as we had my own tech firm. We were assisting different blockchains with block propagation, developing consensus mechanism, moving from a POW to a POS, sort of things. Cut short to sort of 2021 is where we delved into the development space. So we launched NFT RW marketplace in 2021. Did fairly well. It was primarily catered to the ISO 222 things. We had about 15,000 active users, about $2.8 million in transaction. That still goes on till date. From there, what we decided to do was create a micro ecosystem of really cool dApps, which would be focused more on the Web 2.5 users. That way, users transitioning from a Web 2 to a Web 3. That's when RoRo Birds was born, right? So, what we did was we initially went to a lot of different universities we had access to. So my other co-founder, Bhavesh, has been in the education space for about 20 years. So we had access to a lot of different leading universities. So we started holding a lot of Q&As, a lot of research in these universities, asking them if they know about gaming, if they know about Web3, how it works for them. Pretty much 90% of the response we got was, it's complicated, they don't know how to use a MetaMask wallet, what are NFTs even doing in those? Those sort of things, right? So what we decided to do was we decided to launch a really, really basic game, which has been tested. So we were thinking of Flappy Birds. So what we want to do was add a P2E model for it. So it'll be a PvP version as well as a tournament version. Today I'm going to present and give you the demo for the tournament. We've also been incubated by Immutable X as well as Tashi Network. We've also raised some funding from different studios. I'll just directly dive into it, and then we can talk about the tokenomics, and all the fun stuff. So let me just quickly present it. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Beautiful. All right, so as you can see, the website is super. We try to make it nostalgic, super easy. Anyone can use it. It's just a basic one-pager website. You come in, you connect your wallet. So of course, while connecting your wallet, you'll have options to connect via social logins, via Facebook, Google phone number, MetaMask, and other 500 wallets to Wallet Connect. Let's say I just go play a game. Also, all data is being stored pretty much on-chain. So first we come here, you'll see a gaming interface. Again, really native, really Web 2-ish, really sort of giving you the Y2K vibes. So first I go to profile. You can just set up your pretty much name here. You can set up whatever your bio here. I just Matt for now. And then let's get into the tournament. So this particular tournament will be launching first Scale Network. So how this works is the tournament is broken down into two aspects. One is a free-to-play tournament, and one is a pay-to-enter tournament. So how it works is I pay for free, I pop the leaderboard score, and at the end of the tournament, the smart contract distributes rewards. So just 10 USDC in the. For the paid tournaments, of course, the entry is let's say $1 to $10, and the rewards are $500 to $1,000. All you need to do is just play, flap your bird around, and you can zoom in. So pretty much, we just go play now. You see a really basic screen, and pretty much you just flap your bird around. So it'll be a best out of 3 situation. So you get 3 rounds. Each round will add to the next round. So let's say if maybe in the first round I made a score of 0, let me just cross 1 point. Oops, okay. And now this is round 3. I'm just gonna let it die now. All right, perfect. So it just says in round 1 I made 0, in round 2 I made 0, in round 3 I made 0. We sum it up, that's a total score of 3. Now I submit this. Again, an interesting factor is the score definitely goes on chain. So all the data is stored on chain. So now I just go confirm. So that way, we internally cannot hamper the scores. We internally can't do anything. So I have an option now to either go to the main menu or re-enter the tournament. So let's just go to the main menu and see where we stand on lead. So these are the people who've already played the game. And I think we made a score of 3, so that's Matt 3, 6:32 p.m. So that's me. Now at the end of the tournament, whoever wins, I think this user definitely made a U score. So 200. So let's assume the tournament is ended. It will end here in the 12th of August at 11 a.m. So when it ends, the rewards will be automatically distributed to you, and it will just come under my winnings. So you'll see a claim my winning sort of button here, and you can just claim your winning, and that's it. The rewards come to you. So pretty basic for now. We are just launching this on Scale for now, followed by we introduced it on Immutable, followed by then of course we do like a PvP version test and mainnet live. This right now, what we tested, everything is on mainnet, on the Scale network. So yeah, pretty much that's just in gist, that's the gameplay. We've already signed up about 25 different universities to host gaming competitions with them. So pretty much every university is giving us about an average of 1,000 to 1,500 users. So these people will come in, these people enter. We just have a more network activity. We've been also lucky enough to get into the innovation category on that radar. So yeah, that's pretty much where we at. Now, when we talk about the token launch, we actually did it the other way around. So we got a token first, followed by the ecosystem. The token is live right now. It is on MEXC. We have a healthy market cap. We've raised substantial funding for that too. We are soon listing on bigger exchanges, top tier ones as well. So above MEXC, as you can imagine. I think about an FDV of 50 million right now. About 7,000 to 8,000 active wallets. So I think the tokens aspect is going good as well. We've pretty much, I think, 12x from the launch. So the token actually came first. Now the aim is, of course, be more user base from RoRo. Again, divert that to the token, and both this goes simultaneously. Right now, you have 3 options to enter the game. So one is you enter with USDC. One is you enter with the native blockchain token. So let's say we live in Ethereum, you can enter with Ethereum, you can enter with USDC, USDT. And in the future, we'll add in an option for Zon as well. So Zon is the native token which we launched. That way, we just increase the buying pressure for the token. And of course, this is how the token aspect and the game is tied. But yeah, for now, we're primarily focused on getting a lot more user base in the game. So as mentioned, we have secured a lot of great partnerships with universities, with gaming guilds, with a lot of gaming studios. I'm based in Dubai, so a lot of different gaming exhibitions in Dubai as well. So yeah, we're hoping to reach the 10,000 MAU not too late, long after launch. We'll be launching in the next 3 to 5 days. Officially, I mean we're pretty much live now. It's just some community members knew we were live, so they just kept checking the website. But yeah, we had a close beta testing with 750 users. Got the feedback, got really good feedback as well. I think about 95% feedback was pretty good. 5% was some constructive criticism, so we changed that in terms of user flow and gameplay. And yeah, so we're pretty much all set to go. And once this is done, as mentioned, we'll be launching an immutable office game.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sir Thak. Just a quick question. Is the game live right now on Android, or is it just a browser-based game?
No, so right now we are launching a web application. After a web application, we have also been actually a participant, a recipient of the Grant Foundation, the Tashi Network Grant Foundation. So that's like a VC acceleration program. So after the web application, we are to reach certain milestones, and then we go for a mini app on top.
Okay, that makes sense. Understood. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, Sir Tak, for sharing your words. I think it's unique. I've never seen something like it. It's more of a risk to earn type of gameplay rather than
It pretty much is, yeah.
than your typical play to earn. There is some real risk in actually playing the game. If you lose, you actually lose. I've heard of this before, but it's not common. It's unique in my opinion. So I think it's a great game. RoRo Birds will be on my watch list right now. I actually want to play it myself actually. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Thank you so much for presenting. All right, folks. For ours, 88 viewers, or we're almost going to 100. 88 live viewers right now watching the stream. We've got some fun news for you here today because the prize for RoRo Birds is going to be $200 in zone token. So yeah, that's pretty big. All right, so quick question. What is the question for RoRo Birds? Let's see. The question is, what do you think RoRo Bird will launch next? Which specific game mode? All right. Do we have some answers? We've got the first one, Klinsman. Is it PvP? We've also got another answer, solo, and we've also got another one which is free play mode. So, Sir Tak, can you confirm what's the correct answer?
Yeah, it's definitely the live PvP mode.
The live
Popping
PvP.
Klinsman Majesty takes away $200 with a productive theme for him today.
Okay, so congratulations, Klinsman Majesty. You have just won yourself $200 worth of game tokens. I will share with you the form here real quick so you can answer it immediately because we won't be able to contact you after this. So be sure to check out the form and answer it. Say you've come from YouTube, and congratulations. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you on Gamescom, Sir Tak. So
Absolutely, will do.
All right, next up, Andrew. We've been waiting for Owners Club. Racing games is actually one of my favorites. I was actually gonna comment for my love of horses. So did we get it fixed or no?
I can't get it to open. Did you download the stream sharing or whatever you were talking about?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not. It won't run as well on my screen. But let me try.
That's the issue that I'm having.
Yes.
I just don't understand. I don't understand what's going on today.
Did you want me to give it a go? I mean, you can just drop it in the chat or something. I don't know.
So the game is Owners Club. It's on the Google Play or the App Store. So it's a mobile game. That's why I'm having trouble trying to get it on the streaming. And so I've streamed before mobilely. I don't know what's going on today. If we can't stream, I'll just gladly talk about the product. I feel so bad that we're having these technical difficulties. I put blame on myself here, but
Let me try something here real quick. I might. They're asking me to pay immediately, so we'll go with it. Hang on, just give me a sec here. So it's a trial. So let's see. So while waiting for the game, can you tell us a bit more about Owners Club? while I
Yes,
set the
yeah,
game?
absolutely. While you're searching, I'll start talking about Owners Club. So, like I had talked about before, Owners Club is a mobile horse racing game that's available on the Google Play and the Apple Store. You essentially go in and you can get horses that you develop and train from zero to hero. You build its attributes, you unlock new genetic traits, you perk in its skill points, and then you can start entering these horses into public races. What's really unique is we're launching our token, our Invincible Gaming token tomorrow, and it's going to be launched on Bitmart. What we allow players to do is essentially stake or put in a kitty essentially into an entry fee into a race. So if we had 10 or 12 players in a public race and the entry fee was 100 tokens each, player would enter the 100 tokens. And then depending upon how you place in the race between first and fifth, you would receive a percentage of the reward tokens or that are based upon the entry fees for that particular race. So obviously it's staggered where if you come in and you win the race, you do better in earnings compared to if you come in second, third, or fourth, or in fifth as you continue going down the line. We're trying to make it as realistic as possible in comparison to real horse races like you'd see at like Preakness or you'd see at the Kentucky Derby. These different races all incorporate the players or not players, the actual racers that are entering these horses to put in an entry fee, and then fees are paid out accordingly. What's really cool though is our game is not AI powered. It's directive AI powered. And so to touch upon that, you know, AI is this new sexy word that everybody's been using for the last couple of years, trying to put it into everything. You see McDonald's, Wendy's, everyone wants to use AI. But AI kind of has a little bit of a mind of its own. You do put your input into it, but it can operate on its own. And so what we've done is we built our system to be directive AI powered, where when you're building in your attributes and you're building in your skill traits, your horse is learning and growing along the way and then performing based upon how you directed it to perform. Last year, we had a big tournament that we had in affiliation with Quipco British Champions Day, where we had our final races streamed at the Ascot track with 30,000 people that were attending Ascot that day for the Champions Day. We're able to see our races disseminated. And so we've been trying to establish a lot of strategic partners more on the Web2 side of things. And so we've had relationships with casinos in Vegas. We have a power relationship with Kaderi out of Panama, which will allow us to get into about 50 casinos for live dissemination in Panama. There's a little bit of a difference between the gameplay and the wagering side. Our game is not gambling. It's a skill-based game where you can win or earn money based upon how well you perform. However, with our collaborations with casinos, what that would allow is our races that, let's say us four were entered into a race, that race would actually be streamed in casinos, and then other individuals would be able to bet upon the success or the outcome of that race, which I think is really, really unique. And the only reason that we're able to do that is because we don't have random number generator sequences. It's not based upon luck. It's based upon your skill. And so because we cannot manipulate the races, that's what has allowed us to accumulate and get this Nevada Gaming Control Board regulation approval, which I think is huge and opens up the door for us to go into basically every market around the world with due time. Our next big push is to get the game rewritten into a couple of different languages, a lot of them more in the Asian markets like Korean, Chinese, Japanese. We've already redone the game to cater to the Panamanian-based users in Spanish. So we've tested that. We have it completely in Spanish and English, but we're working to go into some of these other markets, particularly in Asia, where horse racing is a really, really big thing, in trying to bring in the games into there. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I would have as a spiel. If you did get the app to work, I would gladly just show a few things about how the app works.
Yes, I'm setting it up right now. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, take your time. If you want me to keep talking, I can keep talking until you're ready.
Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So the one beauty thing about the Invincible token that we're launching tomorrow is that Owners Club is just the first iteration of the Invincible GG brand. We're trying to build a gaming ecosystem, and as Owners Club is the first part of that ecosystem, the Invincible token is going to fuel fundamentally all of our future iterations of our games. So some of the next games that we're looking into are, again, skill-based games, but looking more at like games like chess, Words with Friends style games that we're looking into. Then I think we're going to be building into a fighting game, and then one of our more passionate people in our company, Glenn Chin, our CFO, who was integral in helping set up EA Games in the very early days. He's very passionate about basketball, and so we want to build into a basketball game at some point into the future. The tough part is having those 5 different directive AI characters working together perfectly in tandem. We don't want to drop the ball and bring something subpar. We want to make sure we've tested out, tried, true, and perfected all of the single player modeling before we start bringing in having 5 different AI modelings working together. But that's one of the things that's great about our company, is that we've taken our time. You know, this has been patented for about 10 years. We've been working towards developing the technology. Getting through Nevada on its own can take about 5 years to get through the Nevada Gaming Control Board. So we've been working our way to building something revolutionary before we even wanted to get out the token. We really, truly believe that we don't want to be like some of those other projects where they're taking money to build the project. We wanted to bring and make and create a fantastic game, and then start tying in these Web3 aspects into it so we didn't have a need to just launch a token until it was the proper time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not really working for the screen share. For some weird reason, it does not let me share this the screen at all. And we are at 93 viewers, and I'm really hoping to get the game up as soon as possible. But I think it's just taking too much time. And you know what?
I'll just leave it like this. I'm sorry that we're having all these technical issues today, guys. Everyone in the audience, I apologize. But let me tell you this. The best way, instead of me showing you, why don't you go try it out? The game is free. Go onto the Google Play Store, go onto the Apple Store, type in Owners Club, and download the game and start playing. And I promise you, you won't regret it once you start going in and playing and you start understanding how the things work. One of the best things about the game is that you're going to make mistakes from the beginning. It's like any game. You're going to mess up. You're going to get knocked down. It's how you get back up, how you learn from your mistakes that's really going to set and make you or break. And our game, like I said, is built upon your gaming intelligence. And it allows you to sit there and say, I am better than you. Let me prove it. Or I'm smarter than you. Let me show it. Let me prove it. And let me put my money where my mouth is. I think that's one of the biggest parts. So we built the game so that it is a tokenomics-based game where you can have our Invincible token into it. You don't have to be the most Web3 savvy person to buy into the game or to participate in buying into token. You can go on. We've gotten licensed or approval, at least from the Google Play and the Apple Store, for you to be able to buy token in-app like a normal microtransaction. So whether you buy it from a Dex, a Sex, you buy it from Bitmart when we launch with them tomorrow, or you buy it from the Apple or the Google Play Store, you'll have access to start racing for real money and cash out and prove that you are as smart as you think you are.
Awesome. Yes, that makes sense. I will be trying it out. Let me just show my screen here real quick. I just wanted to prove that I'm not lying with you folks.
Oh, I don't think you're lying. I don't think you're lying because I had the same issue with 3 phones.
So first problem, I cannot connect. For some reason, it just doesn't let me connect. So unfortunately, I've tried it so many times. I've downloaded like 10 apps already. Screen share on Google, but it just doesn't work. Maybe it's not the time. But I would love to invite you for the next demo day. Hopefully, we can get up the screen share problem fixed. We would love to have you. Look, there it is.
Yeah, there he goes. Here's what I'll do. I promise that for the next demo, I will have downloaded the best dang emulator on my computer possible. I will have tested this thing a million times because I did this 2 weeks ago, and just like you're having issues right now, you're probably just as shocked as I am. Why isn't it working?
Yeah.
Darn you, StreamYard. Darn you.
And I don't think it's just StreamYard, but also the phone and PC problems as well. Anyways, thank you so much to our 95 viewers watching right now. I know you folks wanted some gameplay today, but unfortunately, this has been the craziest stream by far. There we have it. I told you the game.
I
was
love how
cool.
Ken, you are carrying me here, buddy. You're streaming. You're doing it all for me. I appreciate you, boss.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much. All right, folks. I think that's it. I've enjoyed today's demo day. This has been one of the craziest streams in the BJ. This has never happened before in all of my time in the BJ as a host. This has never happened before, so this is a first for me. And as Ken said, it's all technology. Stuff happens. I think that's the beauty of it. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us here today, Ken, Andrew, and of course our TAC, RoRo Birds, Gamescom. Thank you so much for being part of the BJ. Being part of the Blockchain Game Alliance. With that being said, gaming never sleeps, and I'll see you in the next time. So thank you, everyone, and have a good one. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.